When summer comes around, the four of us meet up to go on the fishing trip of the year. Our plan for this year was to catch wild trout and cook them as if in a restaurant.
So, we met up with a professional chef that would teach us the skills to prepare trout in the best possible way. Learning how to properly cure the fish with salt and sugar, how to cut it, and preparing elements that would hero the main ingredient, Nordic wild brown trout. What he made in the kitchen would be our mission to see if we could replicate in the wilderness.
These trips might only last a week, but they take months to prepare.
As we planned on bringing with us a little bit of extra equipment and provisions, we needed to find a way of doing it. A helicopter ride was not possible where we were going, so we ended up constructing a wagon that would be able to add the total weight of our cargo beyond our backpacks. As an added bonus, it could be transformed into a kitchen table for cooking in the field. Over the years, we had become experienced bamboo rod builders, building excellent rods to our own liking and for a few lucky clients. The wait between these precious trips are long, so the time is well spent working on developing our modern action rods that we get to test in the field the next season.
Everything was finally getting ready, and the only thing left to do was to head out. So we all met up in our usual spot and were eager to leave. But the trip had a bumpy start when some of our precious bamboo rods got lost in the transit by the airline.
I can make it by Oulu Airport.
We had planned to head out straight away, but the rods were gone and nowhere to be found. We called customer service and went back and forth to the airport. Again and again and again.
Can't open the door. So it's there, but the person who can open is not gonna be here for another hour. Let's go kidnap a small child at a kindergarten and push him or her through the window and they can get it.
An hour later, we finally managed to get the rods and could continue our journey north with a small, nerve-wracking delay. We had lost some time, but we were eager to continue our drive north. We had hoped to set out on our hike the same day, but decided to camp by the car and head out the first thing the following day. We hadn't gotten by car to the place we had hoped, but according to our research, it would still be a relaxed hike down to the river.
The next morning we loaded the wagon, and at this point we were still confident, even though the wagon hadn't been tested prior to the trip. Little did we know, though, what lay in store for us.
Alright guys, come on. That was a video, sorry I just fucked with you. I'm gonna take a picture. Fucker.
The first kilometers rolled on nicely, but quite quickly we realized that the hike wasn't going to be as enjoyable as we had hoped.
The beginning was humbling, to say the least.
The wagon could handle terrain nicely, it was just the sheer weight of it that drained our energy.
You guys ready?
We're ready. Are you ready?
Simplify, motherfucker.
He's ready. Simplify.
Not even halfway, doubt started creeping into our minds. What if we wouldn't make it to the river and had to camp somewhere, losing even more time?
The bogs were deep and the trails were flooded, so we had to hike around them, which made the hike even longer.
How are you guys feeling?
Well,
We were almost broken. But we're not the ones to back down from a challenge. So we
Candy
pushed
or
on.
chocolate for Robin.
need a moment.
Made it.
What was supposed to be a 5-hour easy hike turned into a 13-hour sufferfest. Once we were settled in at camp, the quiet and anxious bunch geared up and headed onto the river. The river was one of the clearest we've seen. Gin clear water and wild trout that was carefully feeding on an array of invisible insects and sometimes revealing themselves by breaking the surface. It took some time to learn to fish this particular river. Once we got the initial eagerness out of our system, we calmed down. We transformed the wagon into a field kitchen to do the cooking, had a tasty meal, and settled into our life we so longed for by the river. As the plan was to take as few trouts as possible, we brought with us a lot of other provisions to keep the hunger at bay.
That's my stuff. Okay. Oh, that's good. He's back. Well done.
The next day we tied on longer tippets, changed to smaller flies, and took a deep breath before stepping back towards the river.
Big one. That was a
What
big
made this river even more challenging
one.
was that it didn't stay in one place as we were used to, but cruised around, making them completely unpredictable.
We were drawn to running water, but the rises were elsewhere. And we slowly started realizing that we had been in this situation before. Emergers in stealth, just like fishing for char.
Alright, that's enough.
We got to prepare our first restaurant-style trout dish in a beautiful sunset, cutting the fish like we'd been taught, curing it with a sugar and salt mix to draw out the moisture and serving it as a sashimi bathing in a tomato consomme with a pinch of fresh ginger and chives.
The following days we eased into the life by the river, exploring it north and south. Every day getting a little bit better and figuring out where the trout were hiding. The trout were picky, but so were we. So most of them got handed back to the river.
There was a fair bit of rain, but it didn't bother us much.
So what are the rules? You have to get as close as possible. Of what? The rock. The new rock. Baby rock. Oh, this is a hit. So you throw a rock, then you throw a rock to get as closest to the rock as possible.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
We pay for it.
Plan all year.
We pay for it
to
and
do
plan
this
all a
shit.
year.
To sit here in the rain, being bitten by mosquitoes.
And horseflies and other.
Oh, damn.
Talking about Vikings, Lars actually looked like a cobbler from medieval times.
What did cobblers do?
Fix shoes.
Did they make shoes?
Yeah. Or a blacksmith.
Yeah, blacksmith. Yeah.
Oh, that's better.
yeah. You have the blacksmith.
But you're not making
wood.
weapons, you're making like nails.
Nails and horseshoes. Really good at that. I'm speechless. I think fuck grayling. That's what I want to say.
Oh, come on.
No. That is horrible.
You.
Oh, fuck you too. Grayling lover.
We adapted different approaches to the river. Some put their sights on a specific large trout in a certain pool and focused on that all week. Evening, morning, and afternoon. Others spent their days exploring fishing pools they were drawn to. There was something for everyone here.
There. Short. Short.
fishing sure wasn't easy, but anything worth doing seldom is. It was a lesson in stealth and resilience. We all had to attend, liked it or not.
We all learned some new tricks on this trip, and that there is still a lot to learn. And some of us studied meticulously the pools close to home, calmly choosing the next fly and just taking it all in. During the day we might be scattered across the river system, but by the end of the day we return home.
Fair? Fair. Okay, cool.
This place was special, and it did make us think. When was the last time you fully took in a sunset? When was the last time you did nothing? When was the last time you gathered around a fire and shared a drink with your friends? When was the last time you watched the fire from spark to ember?
On this truly rare occasion, when we do catch and don't release this rare creature that we've devoted our lives to, it felt as our duty to savor every bite, only taking as many as we truly needed, and preparing and cooking them with the respect and love the act required. This was truly a privilege and a trip we won't soon forget.